What seemed like an ordinary evening turned creepy when all of a sudden the lady starts hearing a low guttural sound that distorts the calm of the evening. At first the sound is barely audible enough to be heard, but soon enough it gets so loud that it is impossible to ignore. She hurriedly makes her way down the stairs to grab her flashlight with her dog barking frantically. She proceeds to step outside and do some investigation herself.
Ruby.
And see what the source of the noise could be. However, the flashlight seems to only illuminate a fragment of her yard. Summoning courage, she moves through the yard, trying to get to the source of the noise. She calls out but gets no response, which further frightens her as she still moves forward, trying to get to the root of the noise. It is so audible that she is shook to the bones, but somehow she manages to calm her nerves and move forward, trying to get to the root of the mysterious noise.
Is anyone there? What the fuck? Oh my god.
She does a somewhat thorough search, checking behind the ventilation system and bushes in search of what the source of the disturbance could be. And just when the search was seeming unproductive, her neighbor shows up with questions and concerns of his own. The neighbor does confirm that he heard the noises a night before but was unable to tell where it's from.
I thought I heard those noises again.
I heard them last night.
I didn't see anything, but...
The question of what could be lurking in the shadows, haunting the quiet nights of this neighborhood remains, with footage of a mysterious shadow that dissolves into the light from that night as the only proof. Is this some sort of a paranormal activity, or was it just an animal? The next footage is even more terrifying than the last. The filmer in question took a casual evening hike with his cousin, thinking it would be like every other normal hike as always, but it really wasn't. While taking a break, he hears some creepy sounds and goes to investigate. His cousin seems to hear it too, and they suspect the sound is coming from under the bridge.
Bro. Dude, please don't go down there.
The rustling sound of the flowing water seems to drown out the sound, but it could still be heard only slightly. They, however, proceed to investigate and get to the root of the sound. Halfway through, he backs down and begs his cousin not to go further, but paying no attention to the warnings, he continues. After some persuasion, he continues with his cousin to get to the root of the noise. Getting to the tunnel, you can hear him audibly shaking. What could be lying at the inside this tunnel? Peering through the corners and inside the tunnel, a figure undefinable is seen, with its skin ghostly pale and humanoid in shape. That was all it took to send the guy and his cousin running for their life. And not just before the creature lets out a shrieking sound that is so scary. Some viewers believe they encountered a skinwalker, a creature from Native American folklore said to mimic human appearance. Others think it was a hoax, but the raw fear in their voices makes it hard to dismiss the encounter. In 2016, YouTuber Rusty Turker decided to explore the haunted Evergreen Cemetery in Judsonia, Arkansas. The cemetery is steeped in legend, with locals whispering about the ghost of a young mother who died in the early 1900s while searching for her missing child. Using a drone to capture footage at night, Turker hoped to uncover evidence of the paranormal. And he did, as the drone's camera pans across the cemetery, checking twice as it comes across humanoid statues. What mystery could be uncovered in this footage? As the drone heads deeper into the cemetery, the suspense also builds because even on a normal night, a cemetery isn't the most ideal place to take a walk. But this cemetery isn't the usual kind. It has some legend to it. And just when it was starting to seem like the rumors are false, a shadowy creature is spotted making its way away from a grave site. the figure appears to resemble a woman, her posture one of despair. Before the camera can focus, the figure vanishes, leaving only the dark emptiness of the cemetery behind. Some skeptics argue that it could have been a person, but the cemetery's tragic history and the figure's sudden disappearance suggest otherwise. Even years later, the video remains a source of debate. Was it a hoax, a trick of the light, or actual proof of the paranormal? One thing's for sure, Turker's footage has left a lasting impression on those brave enough to watch it. When reviewing security footage, most people expect to see nothing out of the ordinary, but for one homeowner, the footage revealed something straight out of a nightmare. At first glance, everything seemed normal, an empty backyard, the faint glow of the night sky. But as the homeowner replayed the video, they noticed something chilling. First, it was the incredibly strange sounds that was coming from the backyard. The sound is simply indescribable, but it sure wasn't coming from an animal or a person. After a while, it starts to sound like a barking dog, but the homeowner clearly doesn't have a dog. Or could it be a stray digging up something in his backyard? The sound gets more intense and scary, like something in pain or violent. This is really concerning to watch or even listen to. But you could only barely see for a couple of seconds. Pale, ghostly face appeared, its hollow eyes staring directly at the camera. The homeowner was so disturbed by the discovery that they uploaded the footage online, hoping someone could explain what they had seen. While some viewers speculated it was a prank, others weren't so sure. The face's unnatural stillness and the timing of its appearance have led many to believe it was something far more sinister. Security cameras are designed to capture the mundane, people walking, cars passing by, but occasionally they capture something that defies explanation. This footage shows a figure walking slowly across a deserted street. At first glance, it looks like an old woman, hunched over and moving at a snail's pace. But as the figure gets closer, its appearance becomes more unsettling. Its skin is pale and almost translucent, its movement stiff and unnatural. The way it moves feels wrong, as if it's struggling to control its own body. What's even more disturbing is that it doesn't vanish like most ghostly apparitions. Instead, it walks off into the distance, disappearing into the darkness. Was this a ghost, a creature, or something entirely different? The footage offers no answers, only questions, and a lingering sense of unease. In a small town in Mexico, a security camera captures footage that has left viewers questioning everything they thought they knew about the natural world. The clip shows a massive bat-like creature hunched over what appears to be a human body. Its wings are partially spread, and its movements are slow and deliberate. The body beneath it lies motionless, adding a horrifying element to the scene. The body underneath jerks in motion as if beckoning for help from the person making the video, after which it slumps back lifeless on the ground. While the poor video quality has led some to dismiss the footage as a hoax, others argue that the creature's size and shape are too distinct to be fake. Cryptid enthusiasts have suggested it could be a gargoyle or even a demonic entity. Whatever it was, the footage serves as a chilling reminder that the night holds secrets we may never fully understand. Captured on CCTV, this footage shows a figure slowly making its way across a quiet neighborhood street. At first, it looks like an elderly woman, her posture hunched and her movement slow. But as the figure continues, something about it feels off. Its skin is unnervingly pale, its movements almost robotic. There's an unnatural stillness to it, a sense that it doesn't belong in this world. Unlike typical paranormal footage, this figure doesn't vanish or do anything overtly sinister. It simply walks off into the distance, leaving viewers with a sense of unease that's hard to shake. Was this an actual person, a ghost, or something else entirely? The footage offers no answers, only an enduring mystery. A group of men is chatting late at night, their laughter filling the air. But then, One of them notices something in the distance. At first, it looks like a goat, its massive horns catching the faint light. But as the creature moves closer, the men realize something's wrong. Its eyes aren't on the sides of its head like a goat's. They're forward-facing, giving it a predatory appearance. Its movements are slow and deliberate, almost as if it's studying them. Panic sets in, and the men quickly retreat, too scared to investigate further. Could this have been the legendary Goatman, a cryptid said to roam the countryside? Or was it something else entirely?
Gelebilir, sakın panik yapma bak. Görüyor musun? Şu an bize bakıyor. Ve şimdi bu neydi öyle? Çıktı bu ortaya.
The creature's identity remains a mystery, but its unsettling presence has left an indelible mark on those who witnessed it. Which of these clips chilled you the most? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, stay vigilant, because sometimes the scariest things happen when you least expect them.